Hey guys, Indeimaus here, and I'd like to welcome you to a new series I'm calling The World Has Disappointed Me Yet Again. And this time we're looking at the influence of Dark Souls on Avengers Infinity War is Hard to Ignore by Brock Wilbur. Alright, Brock Wilbur. So I'm very happy to live in 2018, the year where not only just video games are getting compared to Dark Souls, which is my whole channel basically, just a big meme of comparing every game to Dark Souls because of people like Brock Wilbur. Initially it was a joke, I'm making fun of people when Crash Bandicoot came out and everyone said it was Crash Bandicoot turned into Dark Souls. It was a joke for that, it was a joke for Cuphead, people comparing that to Dark Souls. Now we've hit a new low for the world. The influence of Dark Souls on Avengers Infinity War is hard to ignore. Now I'm gonna just say right now, minor spoilers, I'm gonna be talking about Avengers Infinity War in this video and reading this article here with you guys, and we're gonna be making fun of this dickhead. And if you don't believe me this article exists, I'll leave a link in the description, and I do not blame you. When I posted it on Twitter, everyone thought I photoshopped it. No, this is real. And if it's not even the worst of the Infinity War like articles, there's one that I saw from Racked that says superheroes don't wear ponytails, and yes, it's sexist. Fuck off! Just fuck off. Alright? No, it's not sexist. Go fucking suck a dick. Avengers Infinity War takes all of its major cues from Dark Souls, and I'm not making this up as a stretch to do some Avengers 3 is the Dark Souls of movies gag. It is a very direct visual, narrative, and philosophical influence on everything that happens to Cap and the gang on screen, and I hope in the weeks to come that we'll find the filmmakers leaning into this further. Russo brothers, I'm reaching out to you right now. If everyone wants to send this to the Russo brothers, if they tell me that they were influenced by Dark Souls in Infinity War, I'm done. Like, that's fine. Hell yeah, good on you, man. Hopefully they stick around. Hopefully they enjoy knowing what the best rocks in Dark Souls are. And if they want to put me in Infinity War Part 2, which I know is already filmed, I could be like Korg's brother or something. And by the way, I'm sorry about this video. This isn't what I usually do. I'm just working on a huge God of War video right now, and I saw this article and I just needed to talk about it. So if you found my channel through this video, this isn't the quality of my content. This is just unscripted garbage. And I wanted to make a video called Avengers Infinity Souls. That's all I wanted to do. I found another amazing article from the New Yorker. Fucking bunch of dickheads. In Avengers Infinity War, characters aren't introduced. They just show up and their behavior is entirely defined by the template set for them in other movies. This guy's complaining that Infinity War is a 2.5-hour ad for all the previous Marvel movies. Richard Brody, shut the fuck up, you dickhead. I saw a tweet, I retweeted it. You don't just jump into season 4 of Breaking Bad and start wondering who are all these characters and then complain that they don't get set up in that episode and fucking god damn, I hate people, man. This video is turning into like a best of all the shitty articles written on Infinity War. If you have any other ones, leave them in the comment section. I'd love to read more about the wild things that this movie's bringing out. The movie is so big, everyone wants a little piece of it, right? Which is kind of hypocritical for me to say because I'm making a video with Avengers Infinity in the title. So let's jump a little further into the article here. I skipped ahead a little bit. He does a big overview of the movie. We don't need to hear that. We don't need to hear the back of the box stuff. But it's not just the locations. It's everything about what the film has to say. This is the first Marvel title where death has a permanence that both raises the stakes and also looms like a threat over every other scene. So I already know where he's going on this one. Looks like he's seen death, and he's saying, hey, you can die in Dark Souls. Here is the connection. Here is my article. Here is my clicks. And he's going with it. You know how many movies have death in them? Basically every movie. Even Disney, little kid Disney movies have death in them these days. And he's talking about the permanence of death, but that big event at the end that kills a lot of characters, if you think that's permanent, you're a bloody wheelbarrow, mate. What's his name? Did that sound like his Brock Wilbur? Okay, that's why I called him a wheelbarrow. That makes sense. By the way, guys, there's still a lot of cool fights, which is probably the most video gamey thing I could say. There's a lot of fights in this Marvel movie, and that's why I think it was influenced by Dark Souls. And that's not all. He starts this bit of the article with so that's a very interesting way. Except for the part about the weapons. Most of the main stories in Avengers Infinity War revolve around the creation of weapons, either forged in Forgotten Dark Star foundries or built from the collection of literal souls. Damn, man. Wow, that's cool. Souls like the Dark Soul. One damned creation must be smelted by a dwarf using the direct death burning heat of a star. If that's not some Hidetaka Miyazaki shit, I don't know what is. There's blacksmiths. My favorite part about Dark Souls was when they introduced the world to the blacksmiths and creating weapons. That was really cool. That was a really cool part of my day. I'm like, hey man, what's a blacksmith? And then Dark Souls is like, hey, we got you covered. We'll create them. We made them up. And finally, Avengers Infinity War is about loss. Not completely in the sense of death, but fully in the sense of failure. And whatever other comparisons I've made to visual and conceptual similarities between the two properties, this is truly what made me think of Dark Souls. Look, I tried my best to give Brock a chance here. I read his article, maybe he had some points, maybe there's some stuff I missed, but he literally just compared Infinity War to Dark Souls because there's death and there's blacksmiths. And you know what? That's in both of them. You got me there, big fella, but I don't think Dark Souls created death and blacksmiths. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brock. But it says down here that you're a writer and a comedian. And you definitely are a comedian, my friend, because this is the funniest thing I've ever read. Let's finish off this article here where Doctor Strange looks into all possible futures to see what chances the Avengers have of winning. Among 13 million or so potential outcomes, he sees one future with a victory. What could be more Dark Souls than that? Ah! And that's it. That's the end of the article. That's all he had. That's why he compared it to Dark Souls. Very funny. How much did Brock, if you ever see this video, how much did you get paid to write this piece? Because maybe I have I can compare shit to Dark Souls. I can do that all the time. It's literally my job right now too. Except I don't believe in every game that I play is actually Dark Souls. I just put it in the title. It's pretty good. Man, I'm just going to finish this video before it hits 10 minutes because I don't want to push this out to 10 minutes for ad revenue. That's a scumbag move. But I hope you enjoyed this short video this week. I'm going to get back to God of War. Turn that might actually be my first video where I have to cut it into 2 parts because how big it is. So get excited for that. If you got any other articles about Infinity War that made you laugh, there's plenty out there, whether it's about sexism ponytails or the fact that it's a 2.5-hour ad for the previous movies. Post all your favorite dickhead articles below. And be sure to subscribe to Indeimaus because I am the Dark Souls of YouTube channels. Because when you sub and see my videos, you want to die.
Nowadays I say a phrase along for the good old days when the party was all about partying. I was a mini party started and my mind bends when I call my pen. The big question, should I run the mind a little? Food for thought or dumb the rhyme a little? But will if you come too high, that'll alienate folks and they won't find. Yo, look, people getting trapped in the track and they be clapping. Even when the rapping is whack, yo, what happened? Nigga, we get happy with that. Yo,